Indonesia has a variety of traditional foods. There are savory foods, salty foods, sour foods, even sweet foods and desserts, and they all come with all sorts of shapes and sizes. And some of them are colorful, some of them have unique shapes, and some of them maybe you might haven't heard of or haven't even seen it in your life. So these are four Indonesian foods that we will be explaining to you guys.
The first one we have is Pempek, which is a typical food from South Sumatra, especially Palembang. It's made from processed flour and fish. In serving, it is always accompanied by a dark brown sauce called chuko or chuka. Apart from chuko, pempek is also eaten with side dishes in the form of sliced fresh cucumber and yellow noodles. Meanwhile, chuko is the original Palembang sauce recipe, made with a mixture of boiling water, brown sugar, ebi shrimp, mashed cayenne pepper, garlic, salt, and Palembang typical chuko always have a special spicy taste. However, with the influx of migrants from outside Sumatra, now you can find chuko with a sweet taste for those who don't like spicy. Fish is the main raw material for processed pempek. Currently, the most fish used to process pempek is mackerel. But in the past, pempek was made from belida fish. But along with the times, belida fish are increasingly rare and difficult to find. The price are also skyrocketed. Therefore, the snakehead fish is then used as a substitute for belida fish. The taste is still tasty and delicious, but now more and more fish can be used to make pempek. Some use like the red snapper, yellowtail fish, putak fish, toman fish, catfish, and also some of them even use tuna. Then I will tell you about the history of pempek. So, pempek begins with a man of Chinese descent who is usually called Apek. He lived during the reign of the Palembang Darussalam Sultanate led by Sultan Mahmud Badaruddin II. Apek, who lived on the outskirts of the Musi River, has an idea to take advantage of the abundant potential of the fish by processing it into a food other than steamed and fried, until finally Apek processed the fish he caught and mixed it with flour. It is similar to the meatball food brought by Chinese traders to Palembang. Apek also went around peddling the snack he made, which at that time did not have a name. When someone's buy it, they call it Apek with the suffix pek, which is the origin of the name Pempek. Thus, it can be concluded that the history of Pempek involves the acculturation of culinary culture from China. There are many various variations of Pempek, including Pempek curly. In terms of shape, Pempek curly has a unique shape like the shape of the brain. The texture of curly pempek is also softer than usually served in a boiled state only. Second, we have baked pempek. Not only boiled or fried, there are also types of pempek that are baked. It has a slightly firmer outer texture but very soft in the middle. It is served by splitting and sprinkled it with ebi or dried shrimps, sweet soy sauce, and green chilies. And the last one we have pempek lenggang. This type of pempek lenggang is also made by roasting it in a bowl made of banana leaf. Pempek lenggang is pempek piece baked with eggs.
The next one is nasi kucing. So, what is nasi kucing? Nasi kucing, also known as sego kucing and often translated as cat rice or cat's rice, is an Indonesian rice dish that originated in Central Java, primarily in the Yogyakarta, Semarang, and Surakarta areas, but has since spread throughout the country. It consists of a small portion of rice with toppings, usually sambal, dried fish, and tempeh, and is wrapped in banana leaves. Why is it called nasi kucing? The term nasi kucing, literally meaning cat rice or cat's rice, is derived from its portion size. It is similar in size to what the Japanese would serve to a pet cat, hence the name. There is also another opinion which says that originally nasi kucing contained sambal, gerai pindang, and a little rice. Gerai pindang itself is a side dish that is commonly used as cat food. And for your information, gerai pindang is a kind of ikan asin. Because of this, people began to name this dish as nasi kucing or sego kucing. And how to make it? You only need to prepare rice and various toppings such as dried fish, stir-fried tempeh, sambal, and currently, the toppings for nasi kucing are varied. For example, shrimp, eggs, jambal fish, and added with various satay such as chicken intestines, chicken gizzard liver, quail eggs, and clams. Then, the other main ingredient is, of course, banana leaves. What about the taste? It tastes like rice with side dishes usually, but more fragrant and has delicious aroma because it is wrapped in banana leaves. Where can we buy it and how much it costs? Nasi kucing is often sold at a low price, sometimes as low as 1,500 rupiahs to 3,000 rupiahs. And this can be found at small roadside food stalls called angkringan, which are frequented by working class people or wong cilik, including pedicab and taxi drivers, students, and street musicians. This has led to angkringan being considered the lowest class of eatery.
Rendang is a traditional food originating from Minangkabau region in West Sumatra, Indonesia, and now commonly served across the country. Rendang is one of the famous dishes among trendy Indonesian culinary icons. It has spread across Indonesian cuisine to the cuisine of neighboring Southeast Asian countries such as Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and Philippines. In 2011, rendang was voted as the number one most delicious dish in the world by CNN. Rendang is often described as a rich dish of meat, most commonly beef or occasionally chicken, duck, jackfruit, or egg, that has been slow cooked and braised in a coconut milk seasoned with herb and spice mixture for several hours until the liquids evaporate and the meat turns brown and tender, becoming caramelized and infused with rich flavors. As the signature dish of Minangkabau culture, rendang is traditionally served at ceremonial occasions to honor guests during festive events such as wedding feasts and Lebaran or Hari Raya. Rendang is also traditionally served among the Malay community in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei, as well as the Marano in the Philippines. The origin of rendang could be traced back to the Indian merchants' links to West Sumatra before the 15th century. There are Dutch archives about Minangkabau that state regular contacts between India and West Sumatra in the early second millennium. This suggests that North Indian curry was possibly the precursor of rendang. Indian curry was adopted by the Minangkabau people as gulai, a local version of curry. Minangkabau people then cooked this gulai further in order to prepare kalio, also known as wet rendang. This cooking process was then continued until it thickened and became rendang, or also known as dry rendang.
Satay is a popular Indonesian dish made of small pieces of meat, usually chicken, lamb, or beef, that are skewered and grilled. The meat is then coated in a flavorful peanut sauce and often served with rice. This combination of savory meat and rich sauce makes satay a truly delicious and satisfying meal. Lamb satay is a particularly tasty variation of the dish. It's seasoned with a blend of aromatic spices and served with a spicy soy sauce, which pairs perfectly with the rich, savory flavor of the lamb. But if lamb isn't your thing, you can always opt for chicken or beef satay instead. Satay is versatile and popular choice for any occasion. You can find it at street food stalls, fancy restaurants, and just about everywhere in between. It's also a popular choice for parties and gatherings because it's easy to eat and share with friends. The origin of satay are a bit of mystery, but it's believed to have originated in the island of Java, Indonesia. From there, it spread throughout the country and beyond, becoming a beloved dish in many parts of Southeast Asia. In fact, satay can be found in various regions of Indonesia, each with their own unique twist on the dish. For example, in Bali, satay lilit is made with minced seafood and spices, while in Sumatra, satay padang is made with beef that is boiled and grilled with a spicy coconut milk. Indonesian cuisine is full of unique and delicious flavors, and satay is just one of the many dishes that represents the diversity and richness of this amazing cuisine. So, the next time you're in the mood for something new and exciting, give satay a try. I'm sure you'll love it. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can even try making satay at home. It's easier than you might think, and a great way to bring a taste of Indonesia into your own kitchen. Just be sure to marinate the meat in your favorite blend of spices and seasonings before grilling.